I've got you now. I won't let go. And you no longer have the strength to break free. This freezing body will sap your stamina moment by moment. You must be getting sleepy. Doesn't it feel good? Just close your eyes and be at peace. Hello and welcome to One Piece 101, the series that breaks down everyone and everything in the One Piece world. Today, we will be examining the alluring snow harpy, Monet. Monet was first introduced during the Punk Hazard arc, serving as an assistant to the primary antagonist, Caesar Clown. As a character, she presents a very flippant personality, generally being depicted as quite calm, nurturing, and even flirtatious. However, at her core, she is incredibly sadistic and very much enjoys watching the suffering of others. As a result, she was a willing facilitator of Caesar Clown's experiments conducted on children, masking herself as a maternal figure in order to gain their trust. Meanwhile, in reality, she viewed them as nothing more than test subjects to be abused. But there's much more to Monet than just simple sadism. In truth, Monet is an officer of the Don Quixote pirates led by then warlord of the sea, Don Quixote Doflamingo. Doflamingo saved both Monet and her younger sister Sugar from a terrible environment, and the two decided to give up their former lives and join the Don Quixote family. Quite notably, Monet was present during the occupation of Dressrosa, managing to capture King Riku's daughter Viola, as well as opening the gates of the royal palace of Dressrosa, allowing the Don Quixote pirates to seize power. At some point later, Monet was sent to infiltrate Punk Hazard due to Doflamingo's distrust of his business partner, Caesar Clown. However, she was also ordered to protect Caesar should his life be in danger. Despite these conditions, Monet grew quite close to Caesar and was even willing to give her own heart to Trafalgar Law based on the mad scientist's orders. And to be clear, this is not a metaphor. She quite literally had her heart removed by Law's devil fruit abilities, and this will become exceptionally important later. Speaking of important, you may have noticed a bit of an elephant in the room by now, and that is that at some stage, Monet stopped looking like a normal human being and instead became a harpy. At this stage, I'm sad to report that exactly how she was able to do this isn't exactly clear. The most prominent theory is that Trafalgar Law replaced her limbs with wings and bird legs, in a similar vein to creating the Centaur people on Punk Hazard, but really annoyingly, that was never actually confirmed. And to those of you unfamiliar with Monet, your next thought is probably that she ate a Zoan-type devil fruit, but that would be wrong as well. Monet is indeed a devil fruit user, however she ate the Yuki no Mi, a Logia-type fruit that allows the user to generate, manipulate, and become the element of snow. Using this power, Monet is able to essentially control entire environments by making them snow, which in turn enhances her own abilities. Her control of temperature is so great that she is able to make people fall asleep by hugging them with her icy body, thus lowering the target's body temperature and sending them into a state of unconsciousness. In addition, she can also become a rather ferocious snow monster with all of the usual advantages of Logia fruits. The particular weakness of this fruit appears to be any type of heat, as Nami was able to use a heat egg to repel Monet. But getting back to the matter at hand, this fruit definitely does not give her the ability to become a harpy. Although there are a couple of other theories out there that don't involve Law swapping her limbs, such as Monet actually being part of a harpy race in the One Piece world, which isn't entirely out of the question and does have some good evidence to support it, but this is One Piece 101, and for this series we do our best only to deal with facts. Monet played an active role during the Straw Hats' assault on the laboratory of Punk Hazard, notably facing off against Zoro and Tashigi, but also briefly facing Luffy. As an intelligent combatant, Monet knew she could not beat either Luffy or Zoro in a direct conflict, and so she used her abilities as a way to stall the pirates rather than defeat them outright. However, knowing this, Monet became absolutely frozen in fear when Zoro seriously rushed towards her and sliced her vertically in half. Luckily for the harpy, Zoro did not imbue his sword with haki, so due to her Logia powers, Monet was left alive, although she was terrified to the point where she was unable to reform her body for quite some time. When she did eventually regain a degree of mental fortitude, Tashigi dealt a haki-imbued finishing blow, leaving Monet well and truly defeated. At some stage, Monet regained consciousness and was able to move to a section of the lab that held a self-destruct button for the entire island. In her final moments, Monet contacted Doflamingo and apologized for her failure. Doflamingo then reluctantly ordered her to push the button, and Monet had every intention of doing so. However, just before she was able to perform this action, elsewhere on Punk Hazard, Caesar Clown stabbed Monet's removed heart, mistakenly believing it to be Smoker's heart, thus killing Monet. Some more fun facts about Monet. As we've just seen, Monet is one of the rare characters to have died outside of a flashback. In fact, she is the first female character to meet her demise in the current timeline. And speaking of first, Monet is the first and actually still the only current female Logia user featured in the series. The word happy printed on Monet's shirt may very well be a reference to her species of harpy, as the word happy and harpy are near homonyms in Japanese. Monet's snow monster form is more than likely based on the Japanese folklore creature Yuki Onna, which literally means snow woman. And finally, a truly useless fact: Monet all of a sudden becomes incredibly shy when being complimented on her beauty. And that pretty much does it for the Snow Harpy Monet. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to like, favorite, or subscribe, and please do comment with who, what, or where you'd like to see featured on the next One Piece 101.